Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Millie, and if you're my old subscriber, hello, thank you for coming. Today's video is about being a black nurse in Denmark. So I'm a nurse and I've been a nurse for 6 years, and if you don't know me, I come from Uganda and I've been staying in Denmark for over 20 years. So today I'm going to be telling you about how it is, my experience of being a black nurse in Denmark. First of all, Denmark is one of the top 10 countries where nurses are paid very well. So we get paid very well. But yes, as in all other countries, being a nurse is very, very difficult. So some people would ask me like, do you experience racism being a nurse? The answer is yes and no. I say like, I think yes, because sometimes I've experienced like people asking me like if I'm really a nurse. And for example, I go in like in the morning and I say, hello, my name is Millie, I'm your nurse today. And then maybe I'll go out for like half an hour, and this patient, the loved one, they come there, and then maybe I go to do something, and then they will be like, can you please call us a nurse? And I don't understand, like, why do they say that? Like, I already told the patient, of course I understand the patient maybe has forgotten, but why do they assume that I'm not a nurse? Like, I'm wearing the same clothes like everybody else is wearing. So I don't understand why they assume that I'm not a nurse, and they ask me like, oh, can you call a nurse for us? And sometimes I say like, I am your damn, well, I don't say I am your damn nurse, but I say I am your nurse, you know. So some people, they say to me like, oh, maybe because they think you look young, and maybe they think you're a student or something like that. I'm like, yeah, but they can ask me, because if they think I'm a student, they could ask me like, oh, are you a student? But they just assume like I'm not a nurse. And I've had this so many times. I just got tired of it. Like even sometimes patient asking me many times, oh, are you really a nurse? Like as if like, yes, being a nurse in Denmark is difficult, and studying nursing in Denmark is difficult, but I don't understand why like they make like a big deal out of it. Like, yes, I am a nurse. And I think another way I would say like I've experienced, I would call it racism. Like, I started a new job and there was this guy who was a nurse assistant, and he kept on like checking my work. I think the first few weeks I was at work, he kept on checking my work. Like, if I'd given the patient's medicine, normally I give my patient medicine, then I have to go and check if they have taken it. If they have not taken it, I don't cross on my computer. I let it be open. So, and he will be checking in my computer and then asking, have you given the patient medicine? I'm like, this is not your job, why are you checking me? And he did this several times, and one of my colleagues told me like, he's actually checking your work. And this really upset me, because I was like, why is he doing that? If I was a white nurse, Caucasian nurse, would he be doing the same? So I really experienced racism from him. And I think the other way, like I would say, like if I experience racism, is like sometimes I'm a new at a job, and I don't know somebody, but somebody like they don't want to talk to me, or they kind of ignore me like I'm not there. But we have never talked, or we have not had an argument or anything. I don't know this person, and they just ignored me. They just ignore me like I'm just there. But these are very few people, like one or two out of us, a unit of like 6 to 7 people. So I don't let these kind of people like ruin my spirit because my patients love me, and I do my job. As long as I'm doing my job well, I don't let these kind of people like ruin my day. So guys, I'm looking here for some of the notes. And another time where I experienced racism, when I was studying nurse assistant, I was out driving. You can drive home care. So I was driving around. So at that time I went to clean the house. So as soon as I knocked on the door, I could see this lady. She wasn't happy for me being there. I could feel it, that I was not welcome. So I went inside, and she had a friend. I could see them like whispering, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is not good. So I started doing my work. I was cleaning and moving, and she kept on following me, saying, do this, do it again, like she kept on, like nothing I was doing was correct. And she kept on and on and on, and I got so upset. I was like, I cannot do this. So I called my office, and they told me, just leave everything and come back. And that's a good thing I think I've experienced here. Like, if you go to a home and you experience something like this, they will be on your side. Even if you at work, if you experience somebody who's being racist to you, they will back you up. Not like, I think I've had some black girls in America say sometimes they don't get like that kind of help. And also I think here I'm a part of a union. I'm a part of a union where you pay an amount of money every month, and this union helps you if you get in trouble at work or something like that. So I think this is the way, only way I would say that I've experienced racism. And maybe it's like some of the patients, you come in and you come into them and say, hello, my name is Mila Nas, and they're almost like but I think this is like in hospitals outside of the big cities, like some of them, they probably never seen a black person, or they've never been close to a black person, and then you come in and say you are their nurse. I think they kind of get a shock. So I have felt not that much racism, not one that could let me not love being a nurse. I love being a nurse, and yeah, it's a really good job. So I also feel like I have not experienced in a way that I have gotten more burden, I have gotten more work than the other nurses. I get fairly treated when they are giving us patients. I never felt like, oh, they're giving me the worst patients or whatever. I get treated very well, very fairly. I have had really, really good bosses. Only once I have had a bad boss, and that had nothing to do with me. I think she also got fired. But I've really, really had good bosses, and I have got really, really good feedback from the doctors. I always get good feedback from the doctors, and I was like thinking, oh, is it because I'm black or something? That I got really good feedback from the doctors, and that lifted my spirit and my self-esteem when it comes to nursing. So I think being a nurse, a black nurse in Denmark is easy. The only thing I say, like, you have to be strong, because even the young new nurses, when they start, they will meet all these older nurses who have been nursing for a long time, and they're like, they have big shoulders, so it's a struggle when you're new. So when you're black and you're new nurse, young nurse, it's a double trouble. So, but if you know your knowledge, if you have your knowledge, nobody can take your knowledge away from you. If you know your work, if you have your, you have your knowledge, you know what you're doing, nobody can take that away from you. Like I said, my patients love me, they're always praising me, and that's a really good thing. It keeps your head up high. And I also think, like, it is not easy to be a nurse, like in all countries. It is so difficult. This is because of lack of staff. So you have to expect, like, when you come to a unit, you might come to a unit and you've been working, and then, like, in one of the units I've been working, I would be like responsible for like 16 patients. Like in the evening shift, I will be responsible for 16 patients. I will be the only nurse. I have 16 patients, and then I'll have maybe 3 assistants on the floor. And you have to depend on these nurses being so good at their work, doing everything. If they see something wrong, they come and tell you. If they don't come and tell you, so if there's somebody in there who's racist or who doesn't like you, and maybe she sees something wrong, and then they don't tell you, I hope not. That could be really, really bad. So if you're black, you have to be strong and know what you're doing and know your stuff. Then you'll be doing fine. So what I'm saying here in Denmark, being a black nurse is very, very easy. I don't know, like, I think like in countries like in the US, they might experience more racism than we do here. But I think here in Denmark, it's very easy to be a nurse. There's so much lack of nurse, so it will be easy to get a job. But of course you will experience the small things, like somebody who don't talk to you, and you're like, why is she not talking to me? I don't even know her. And sometimes people, they ease up, some of them, they're like, I don't know, like, why they're like that. But as I think when the more time you spend there, some of them, they ease up, but that's how it is. And I think in the beginning, when you're new and you have a good person who is introducing you to the unit, if this person is good, then everything will be fine. So if you're already in Denmark, and you're black and you want to be a nurse, go do it. It's very easy. And if you're planning to come to Denmark and you don't know what you want to do, try the nursing or the healthy system, because here, healthy jobs, there's jobs always. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for more videos like this. All right, bye.